got to get serious about my business. Everybody's got a high traffic site. Everybody's into this Web 2.0 stuff. I'm sitting here on a rock. Yeah, I need traffic. My business is going nowhere. Everybody's got something going on with me. I just can't seem to get... Whoa. Be cool, man. Nobody saw you. Be cool.
In real life, we all know how to find the average of a couple of numbers. You simply add them up and divide by 2. So the average of 6 and 8 is 7, because 6 plus 8 is 14, and 14 divided by 2 is 7. Now, on the SAT, you're probably going to have to take average questions one step further. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Try the question from your workbook that starts out with the average of 4 numbers is 5.3, and then come back. Hopefully you had a hard time with that question, because if you did, you'll probably be listening to me more closely now. In real life, you know, averages are pretty straightforward. On the SAT, like a lot of the other concepts, they take the concept a little bit further than what you did in school. To handle these difficult average questions, we're going to use something that I call a tan chart.
Before I show you how to answer the question that you just tried with the tan chart, I'm going to explain a little bit more about it. The way the tan chart works is that we have 3 parts: total, average, and number. And on the SAT, what they'll do is they'll give you 2 of the 3, and you use the chart to figure out the third. So for instance, if our numbers are 3, 4, and 5, our total is going to be 12, because that's what they add up to. The number refers to the number of elements that we have, so we have 3 elements. And then the total divided by the number gives you the average. So 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Okay, like I said, they're going to give you 2 of the 3, and sometimes they'll give you the average and the number. So if I say the average of 4 numbers is 5, what we would do is we'd put the 4 numbers into the n, and we put the average, which we said was 5, into the a, and then the bottom 2 multiplied together will give you the total. In this case, it would be 20. Okay, so this question says the average of 4 numbers is 5.3. If 2 of the numbers are removed, the average becomes 3.8. What is the average of the 2 numbers which were removed? Okay, so we're going to use a tan chart. And for the first part, it says the average of 4 numbers, so the 4 goes here, is 5.3. So the 5.3 goes here. And then we'd multiply these together to get our total. And 4 times 5.3 is 21.2. Now, we're going to have to do a second tan chart, and that's how it's going to work on most of these. And this is going to deal with the second part of the question, where it says, what is the average of the if the 2 numbers are removed, we have 2 numbers left. So our number is 2, and it says the average becomes 3.8. So now our average is 3.8. So to figure out the total, we would multiply 2 times 3.8, and we would get 7.6. So what we know is that when we had 4 numbers, they added up to 21.2. When we took 2 numbers away, the 2 numbers we're left with add up to 7.6. So the first thing we need to do is figure out what the numbers that we took away add up to. So 21.2 minus 7.6 is going to give us 13.2. Actually, no, 13.6. So to figure out the average of those 2 numbers, we would have another tan chart where we have 13.6 and we have 2 numbers. And if we divide that, we are going to end up with 13.6 divided by 2 would be 6.8. And that would be the average, and that is answer choice C. Okay, 18 sets up well for a tan chart or a couple. We're told that the average of the test scores of a class of P students is 70. So P goes into the number, because that's the number of students. The average is 70, so the total is 70P. And the average of N students is 92, so their total is 92N. So we're also told that the average of these two groups of kids, the average score of those two is 86. So the average of these two combined is going to be their total, which is 70P plus 92N, divided by the total number of people, which is N plus P. And we're told that that equals 86. And now we can cross multiply. So we get 86N plus 86P equals 70P plus 92N. And now let's get rid of some stuff. Let's subtract 70P from both sides. This becomes 16P. And let's subtract 86N from both sides, and this becomes 6N. So now that we've reduced it, let's reduce it some more. Let's divide each side by 2, and this becomes 8P equals 3N. And we're asked to figure out the value of P over N. So let's just plug in numbers that make this statement true. 8 times 3 equals 3 times 8. So N is 8, P is 3. So P over N would be 3 over 8, which is the correct answer.